we are going to see about the forms in HTML. Okay. So we can create a separate HTML file. What are the forms inputs we have? So we are creating a registration form in some other website, right? So what are the input fields we have?
Name, but date of birth, gender, password.
Okay. So for form, you have to call the form tag here. Okay, so you have to call the open tag as well as you have to call the closing tag. Okay, so in a form, we have a naming field. Okay, and you can able to get some password and mobile number and what? Like a gender. Gender also it's like an optional thing. Okay, so if you click the gender means it will give like one three options there. Okay, and we have a text message. Text is a message means some command message. Okay, you can able to see in some other website they will given like a messages input. Okay, if you're writing 1,000 words also inside a small input field, it will allow to write 1,000 messages also. So like that message you want to make means we have to use a text area there. Okay, we can able to upload the PDF or Word document from our files also. Okay, and then we can write a mail. Okay, so these are the forms. So for text area for first name, you can see in some other website, we have to write our name. Okay, so if it is first name or last name, so if you're creating a text messages means you have to write first you have to write the label here. Okay, what is the label means? The user can able to see it's like a messaging that we are going to pass we are going to create a first name or you're going to pass a username. It's like a text message only. And we have to write your input type text. First we can run it and see. Okay. So without a label, if you are trying to give an input field means the user cannot able to understand whether which field you are giving here. Okay, if it is one if you are giving a more than 10 input field without giving a label means user cannot able to understand this is a naming field or password field or we have to write the age or we have to write our mobile number. Okay, so for the user reference only we have to giving a label here. Okay, so if you're here, you have to write a input type text. If you're giving a text means so the input field, it will allow it only for the texting purpose. Okay, you can write your name. Okay, it like your first name, last name, like that. Okay. So this is for a text input. Password also same thing only. Okay. Here, inside a text, you have to write the password. See, if you write the password, so the input field, it will consider as a password text. Okay. So if you are writing a message here, automatically you can able to see the message here. For password, you cannot able to see the password here. Okay. So you have to click this icon. This is all coming from the browser itself. Okay, so we have a password. You can use a VR tag. Limit. It will consider as a mailing thing. Okay. Then what? Mobile number. For phone number, you can write age of this number only. So directly you can write the number here. See, if you type a number, okay, the alphabetical letters it will not allow here. Okay, only the number field it will allow. Okay, so this is the one field. Next what? URL. URL also is there. So you have to copy some other website link and here you have to paste it. Okay.
And we can add captcha.
Yes. Then what? We have a date of birth. DOB. Here it's a directly called the date here. See? Okay. This is one input. And color picker also we have. From here you can able to choose it. Okay. Gender. Not here. We have to write it. Or and all not needed. But just for reference only. See? Okay. So like a optional thing. Okay, you can able to make any one option only. So like that you can able to pass and anything here. If I remove the value, what will happen? So the value and the naming thing all after coming to the JavaScript, you can able to understand. See here also automatically VS Code is automatically it's giving like a name and ID. So from this ID and from this name only, we are going to get this input data and we are going to check the validation purpose. Okay, from the input ID field only, we are going to send the data to the backend. Okay, so how the front end and back end, how the HTML and script is connecting to the connecting this by using an ID only, it's connecting here. Okay, for now, you can just type, use the input, type number, type URL, type data. Okay, after coming to the JavaScript, I will tell how the ID is connecting to the scripting tag all. Here also from the value only, if I select any one option, okay, so the one option it has to select it to the scripting tab. Okay, so for that here from the value only, the data it will store, it will check to the JavaScript. From the JavaScript only, we can able to send the data to the backend. Okay, so this is and all it's connecting to the JavaScript purpose. Okay, and what we have a checkbox also we have. Same thing we can use it for checkbox. Or we can use just coding. Any one it has to select. So for that, it's not here. Again, it's selecting three values. This is what we use it. For checkbox, we can able to select the two or three options also, right? For ratio only, we have to select any one option. Okay, so in a checkbox, you can able to select your two options also. Okay, so if you want to select any one option, means in that case, you have to use the ratio button here. So checkbox, it will allow to select a three or two options. Okay, no need a ID and the values also. Without ID value also it will support. Yes, supporting. Okay. For gender only, we have to select any one. But interested thing, we can able to select two or three or four optional things also. Okay, so for like that purpose, we can use the checkbox there. And we have a drop down also. Like a checkbox, we can use a drop down also. So for drop down, we have to use a we have to call the select here. Okay. And inside a select, you can pass a multiple option there. Okay, so it will give like this. Inside here, you can pass the values. See, like this. Okay, but here also you have to select any one option only. How we are giving a ratio button. Same thing only drop down also. In the checkbox only, we can able to select the three or four options there. Okay, so this is the one option we have. And for command review thing, command line for that purpose, all you can call the text area there. See, here also you can pass a label. Okay, so if we extend the input field, automatically it will take the paging date. Okay, for that purpose also you can able to just type a text area. This is not an input field. Okay, so this is the text area thing. And you can able to use a file uploader option also. File uploader means if I click the input field, automatically it will redirecting to the file part. Upload resume. Here just call the file. See, if I click, it will redirecting to the file page. Okay. And finally, you have to create a button. You can use a VR tab. See? Okay. So this is all very simple forms only. Okay. After coming to the JavaScript, okay, from this ID, see automatically the name and ID is given by the VS Code itself. Okay. So from the ID and from the name only, we are going to get the input data. Okay, from the ID, we are going to get the input data and we are going to connect to the JavaScript as well. Okay, after coming to the JavaScript, I will tell. Okay, but here itself, see, if I click a submitted button, okay, nothing will happen because we didn't give any validation here. Validation means if I given any input field, okay, so if I give any, here I didn't type any name, okay, automatically I'm going to the clicking the submitted button means some pop-up message it has to show here. Okay, so coming to the JavaScript means by using a conditional statement, you can able to give the validation purpose here. So without a JavaScript, by using an HTML itself, you want to make a validation. Okay, inside an input field itself, here just call the required field. Okay, so you have two options. Okay, required field. If you are saved it, okay, see, I didn't type any name here. Automatically, I'm typing the password. Okay, and I'm trying to submit the form. See, some message it will give you. This message is coming from the HTML only. Okay, inside the input field, we are just giving a required field here. Okay, and then see, here we are giving the username. Username, by using a label, we are giving some information to the user that it is a naming field, that it is a password field. Okay, inside input field also you want to specify. You can see in some other website also inside input field they will given a enter your name, enter your mobile number, or enter your mail ID. Okay, for that purpose, inside input field also you have to call the placeholder here. Okay, so the placeholder it's like a label only. You're giving some information to the user. Enter your name. Okay, if you start typing your name, the placeholder text it will hide. Okay, again, if you remove the name from the input field, that placeholder text it will come. Okay, like this also you can able to give your. Okay, so same thing for a password. We can give a required.
To create a search option, ma'am. Input type search.
Input type search means you have to specify the text only.
Okay, ma'am.
Text only you have to call the icons here. Okay, so you have to bind the icon from the input field from the ID only. You have to fetch all the data there. Okay. See, in a mobile number and for age at all, we having some validation there. Okay, so in the JavaScript, we can able to do the regex pattern also. Regex pattern means for mail ID, you have to use the @ dot symbol. Okay, and for mobile number, the length have to be in a 10-digit number. And for age, you can able to make a minimum and maximum number. So that and all we can make in a conditional statement after coming to the JavaScript. But in HTML itself, we having an option to make some condition there. Okay. Mm, Here we are giving a required field, right? Enter your age must be 1 to 80. Okay. Here, just type a, you can check whether it is working or not. Here you can make a 80. For now, we can remove this. Okay, for checking purpose. So here I'm giving a 15 minutes. It will allow. Okay, why? Because here we are giving a minimum and maximum as a where it is field. Yes, minimum and maximum as a 1 to 80. In case here I'm typing a and here I'm giving a 20. Now see, value must be less than or equal to 80. Okay, so this validation is coming from the HTML only. This and same like the mobile number also they having a validation. You can check whether it is this is like a Ajax pattern. Okay, so this we have a separate website for that. Okay, for my mail ID and for password. So password also you can able to make it like a uppercase, lowercase, and the length it has to be in 8 digits. Okay, like that validation also we can able to give. So after coming to the JavaScript, I will tell. So like this pattern all it's coming from the Regex only. So we have to take the pattern from the website and we have to copy the projects pattern and we have to paste it here. Okay, so this is a small pattern here. I think it will not work. You can check. Required option is there. Okay. Name is required and what? Mobile number. I think it's supporting. So here if I type a alphabet pattern is not working. See, if I given a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 8, 9. Why? Because it has to start from the 6 or 9. Okay, the first letter it will take us 6 or 9. Okay, 6 to 9. 6 to 9 means 6 or 7 or 8 or 9. Okay, but here we are giving a 1 and the length it has to be 10 digits. Okay, so this is a simple pattern only. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 3. No, we can do that 11. Now it's supporting. See? Okay, so this pattern work is coming from the Java, not a JavaScript, HTML only. Okay, so this is a Regex pattern. We are having a mini pattern like this. Okay, for now you can try the simple pattern like this one and this one. For a age, you have to give a minimum and maximum, which you can give like this. Okay. Mail also see without the pattern work, mail also we having a pattern work. How means we have to use the at symbol without the at, without the dot. If you are trying to write some text message to the mail means it will not support. Okay. So for that here itself, if you are using a required field means automatically the input field itself it will taken like a mail input only because here we are giving a type as a mail, right? So see here if I given a name and for mail ID, see if I give in the some text string, automatically it's showing. So you have to use the at and you have to use the dot here. Okay, so this is on the it's coming from the HTML only. After coming to the JavaScript, okay, so this is all very simple validations only. After coming to the JavaScript, we have to make some proper Regex validation there. Okay, for password thing all, we having a many validation. Here we didn't, if you're giving a requirements, here also we can able to make a minimum and maximum here. But in a password thing, you can able to see in some other website, it will consider as an uppercase, lowercase, and 8 digit length. Okay, and one numerical number, one symbol it has to be there. So like this, you want to make some many pattern work to that means you have to take the Regex pattern. Okay, for now, just learn this. So these are the input fields we have in a HTML. Okay, any doubt in this? Can you able to understand?
Yes, ma'am.
What's the difference between ratio and checkbox?
Radio button, we can click only one. If we want to click multiple means we should use checkbox. Sorry, checkbox.
Totally, how many inputs? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 8, 10, 12, 14 inputs. So the next is multimedia. Multimedia means video, audio, and I think. For that, we have to take some video and audio. So for audio tab, we have to call the audio here. Okay, so inside the source, just call the audio here. Okay, so you cannot able to see the audio here. Why? Because this is not like a image. Okay, so this is like a sound effect, right? So for that, inside here, you have to use the controls here. Okay, so with the help of a controls only, we can able to take the sound effect. Okay, same thing for a video also. So for video also, you have to call the video tab. Inside a video tab, just call the video. You can reduce the width and height. See, only the image is coming. Okay, so the video also, we have to use the controls here because in the video also we are having a sound effect, right? Just use the controls and see. Okay. High frame is nothing but, so in previous class we are seeing the anchor link, right? So in anchor link, here if you are calling on another HTML, we can take the forms here. Click to see the form page. If I click, it will redirect me to the form page. But without clicking any action button, okay, inside the same HTML page itself, I want to see the another HTML page. Okay, another HTML means I want to see the forms inside the same HTML means. In that case, you can call the iframe here. Iframe is like a embedded HTML. Embedded means inside of one HTML itself, you can able to see here another HTML page. Okay, here itself, this for the form tag. And see, here we can use a VR tag. See? Okay. So here, if you click only, it will redirecting to the form.html page. Without clicking any button, directly you want to see the another HTML into this HTML page. In that case, you can call the iframe here. From this iframe also, you can able to see the another HTML. So this is called a embedded HTML. So here also, I think you can able to adjust the width and height. 600. It's coming. Yeah, it's coming. Width also is supporting. For height. Yes, height also is coming. Okay, any doubt on this? So without the controls, audio and video, it will not support. Okay, iframe means it's like a you can able to see the another HTML page into one HTML itself. Okay, so your so see this video. Okay, I will share the video into your group. Okay, you have to recreate the same style by using a table tag and by using a video, audio, and order list, unordered list, forms. Okay, and anchor link, all the editing tags. So what are the tags? Still now we are seeing in HTML. All the tags will be included in this project. So you have to recreate the same thing. So here we didn't pass any image here. So you have to pass the image here. Okay, so this is a YouTube link. YouTube link means you can copy the video and here also you can paste the video. Okay, this is also one option. Or you want to copy any other link from the YouTube and you have to paste it inside the web, inside your VS Code also. Inside a source, you can just paste the link. That also it will support. Okay, so you have to recreate the same thing. This is your HTML first project. Okay, any doubt in this? Can you able to understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
What
ma'am.
about others?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, what is iframe?
Iframe is used to view another page. Another HTML page which we are created.
Iframe is used to embed another HTML page within our HTML page.
Okay, when you are going to submit your HTML project, it's a very easy one. You have to fix the date.
Monday, ma'am.
Okay, because the date. Okay. So, August 4, you have to submit your HTML project. Okay.
Ma'am, how do we submit it?
You can just send a screen recorder. Okay. So inside this itself, here you're having a heading, right? After the heading, you can just write your name here. Okay. And you have to send a screen record like this. Now, or you can take a screenshot also, it's okay. Take a screenshot with your name, you have to send in our group.
So we need to take screenshot of the HTML coding part, right?
Not the code. Okay, don't send a code. You have to send only the output.
Okay,
Okay,
understood.
and here you have to write your name. Not yes, here you have to write your name, and you can send a screenshot or you can send the video also through. But don't send your VS Code.
Okay, understood. So inside
this,
the
the
sorry,
same
inside
topic
the
or a different topic, ma'am? On this same topic, or we can choose a different topic?
Choose any topic. You can take any
Okay.
heading. Get to the headings. You can create a table. But all the out layer, it has to come the same thing only. Inside the content, it's up to you. You can choose anything.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, so Monday you're going to submit your HTML first project. Okay. Others having any doubt?
ma'am, what is frame border? Inside the iframe, we have frame border attribute, right? Inside the iframe, what is it?
Here,
Like previously, when you were demonstrating iframe, there was something called
this one,
frame border.
right?
Yes, ma'am.
It will give like a border. You're able to see in output. It's like a border when you're not giving a border in a table. Without a CSS, by using a border, we are giving some border line, right? So same thing only here also.
Okay.
It's a frame border. That's all. Okay. And see, here we are, until now we are just seeing the single tags only. Okay, so single tags means, for example, where is index.html? Here, here itself see. So, for example, here we are having a h1 tag. Okay, and here we are having a h2 tag. So, after coming to the CSS section, okay, so here for the particular h1 tag, you want to make some background color. And for h2 tag, you want to make some background color means directly you can call the h1 tag and you can able to use the background color and it will take the background color only for the h1 text only. Suppose the whole section, okay, for the whole heading section, you want to make a background color as a blue means if you're calling an h1 tag and if you're calling an h2 tag means only for h1 tag, only for h2 tag, only the background color it will come. Okay, it will not take the whole section. Okay. So in that case, you can able to use a division tag there. Okay, division tag is nothing but it's like a grouping the tag together. Okay, division tag means you have to call the div tag. Okay, so the division means you have to use a div tag here. Inside a div tag, you can able to now just call the div tag and if you want to make a background color blue, it's automatically inside a div tag we are having a more than 6 setting tags there. All the tags it will take on a blue color there. Okay, so the division tag means it's like a grouping the tag together. Suppose here we are having a paragraph tag, here also we are having a paragraph tag. Okay, again here for heading tag I want to make a blue color. And for a paragraph tag, I want to make a red color means. So the both the paragraph tag, I want to make it in a red color means. Here also you can make call the div tag. And inside a div tag, if I call the div tag and making a background color red, and again if I calling a div tag and making a background color as a blue means, it will not take on both the section. Why? Because here also we are using a div tag. Here also we are using a div tag. Okay, so if you are using only one div tag and calling a one div and making some style means it will take an only for this particular section only. But here we are creating a two div tag and for the two div tag we are going to make a different background colors. Okay, so in that case we are having the two options as a ID and class. Okay, wait, we can create a separate HTML. After coming to the CSS part, you can able to understand. Division tag means grouping the element together. Okay, so for division tag, we have to call the div tag, and inside a div tag, you can make a heading tag. Again, I'm creating another div tag. So here also we having a div tag, here also we having a div tag. In case if I calling a div and making the background color as a blue means, it will take a blue color for this particular section also, and it will take a blue color for this also, because here also we are calling a div. Okay, so here we are going to make a different style, and here we are going to make a different style. So for that we have two options. Okay, so inside a div itself, we are having a two options. The one is ID and class. Okay, so ID and class means here you have to call the class, and here you can need to call the class name, any name. Okay, for ID, here you have to call the ID, and here you can call the ID name. Okay. So, but what is the difference between class and ID means? See, here also we having a div section, here also we having a div section. Okay, again I'm creating another div. Okay, so this is a section, and this is also section, this is an ID section. So for the particular H3 tag, and for this section, I want to make a background color as a blue, and this section I want to make a background color as a blue means, just create a class name. If you are using a class name means, you can call the same class name in any other div section also. So you can able to create a multiple class name with the same class name. But when it's come to an ID, you have to create a unique name only. Okay, in case here you're creating an ID name as a section ID, again you're calling a div. Okay, and again here you're making some other paragraph or text message here. Here you're calling a ID and making a section ID means, already you're using a section ID in somewhere else. Okay, again you're trying to use the same name as in a CSS. Sometimes it will support, but when it's come to a JavaScript, okay, in a forms also, see, by using an ID one, we are connecting to the HTML to the JavaScript. Okay, mostly your JavaScript and HTML is connecting with the help of an ID only. Okay, in that case, you have to use the unique name only. Okay, if you are using a section ID in already, you are using the name, means you are not supposed to use the same name in another section. Okay, if you are using the same name in another section means, when it's come to a JavaScript, the JavaScript, if you are calling a section ID means, it will not support. Okay, but when it's come to a class means, you can able to pass a multiple same name. Again, you're going to create a same div, and you're going to make a same background color as a blue means, just create a div. Okay, and here you're going to pass some other background color means, again inside a parent div, just call the class and call the same section name. Okay, so it will take a background color blue to this particular section also. Okay, but when it's come to an ID, you have to create a unique name. Okay, so after coming to the CSS section, you can able to understand how to use a class, how to use a ID. Okay, for now, just understand division tag means grouping an element together. In a division tag, we have two types. So one is ID and another one is class. Okay, so class means you can able to pass the same name, but when it's come to an ID, you have to use a unique name only. Okay, so in a CSS, if you are calling a class name, here you have to use a dot. So after coming to the CSS, you can able to understand. For ID, you have to call the hash symbol. By using the symbol only, we are going to call this name to the styling purpose. Okay. You can able to understand what is the difference between the ID and class. Anyone can tell what is div tag and what is the difference between ID and class?
Div tab is used to grouping the element together. It has two element, ID and class.
What is the difference between ID and class?
I mean, in class, we can be able to pass the same name, but in ID, we need a unique name.
Okay. Unique name is
Class and ID are used to identify, like mark elements with some name. So ID is like can be given to ID can be only unique. So we can only give one ID to one particular tag. And class, it can like same class can be given to multiple tags. So like when we are using CSS, like using the same class name, like if you want to give one style to particular group of tags, we can group them by giving a same class. So when we use a styling to that class, it will apply to all the tags which has the same class name. But when it comes to ID, it has to be unique, and when we use the same ID name to a different tag, it might work in CSS, but it won't work in the JavaScript.
okay. So coming to the CSS section, we can try by using a class and ID first. Okay. So tomorrow we can see the balance HTML topics. Okay, and then we can go on to the CSS section. Okay. Any doubt, others?
Could you please share those forms.html and multimedia.html files to for the um, for device
Okay, I will start it.
in the VS Code?
VS Code, you want a VS Code documentation or VS Code, or you want a documentation?
In the VS Code coding, ma'am, forms multimedia table coding for the future reference.
Okay, I will start the documentation. The documentation, everything is mentioned here. Okay. So the VS
Okay,
Code
ma'am.
after completed your course, okay, I will share the whole section. Okay,
Okay,
because
ma'am.
we are going to do more topics in here. Okay, so after completed topics, I will share the VS Code folders too.
Okay.
Others can able to understand.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Monday is your HTML project submission date. Okay. So before Monday itself, you can able to submit your project because it's a very easy one. Okay, so tomorrow we can start the CSS one. I think in a CSS, you guys have to do some practical thing also. Okay, I will give some topics to you. So after coming to the CSS, I will tell. So you have to take any one topic. Okay. So in that topic, you have to create a PDF model. During the class, you have to share your screen and you have to start explaining the topics based on the topics. Okay. So like a practical. So I will tell which topic you're going to take after coming to the CSS. Okay, guys. Any doubt? Or we can wind up. Once again, wait, I will check your attendance and then still who's not updated your attendance? Okay. Okay, guys, then we can wind up. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.